$5. That's what I paid for this antique mailbox while I was shopping at Brimfield. I did have to talk the vendor down from $10. I'll tell you about that in just a bit. But that was just the start of the trip. I went with one of my sisters and one of my blogging friends, and we visited one of the biggest vintage and antique markets on the East Coast. Stick around because that mailbox was not the only deal I came home with. Let's go shopping. Today I have something fun in store for you. I'm at Brimfield Vintage and Antique Market. It's just going to be a wonderful thing. I have one of my sisters and one of my good blogging friends with me. I'll tell you more about them as the day progresses, but we just got here and I feel like we're being welcomed in by the church and that beautiful music. Did you hear that? Anyway, stay with me. We're going to see what we can find here at the Brimfield Vintage and Antiques Market. And we're going to be here all day. We're going to be exhausted. We're going to be exhilarated, like all the things. Here we go.
That's right. People, you know what? We're like magicians. We're giving you illusions. Yes, and while we're here, maybe we'll do some shameless plugs, right? The podcast with Paul Rappaport from CBS Records. Excuse me, Columbia Records. I want to get that right.
All right, so my sister and I have been shopping and shopping. What'd you buy? Nothing. My hands are full. In fact, we're lugging stuff back to the car. Her hands are holding my things. Are you having fun though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm having fun. That's really cool. Go ahead. Let's take a closer look at all the pieces I found while shopping at Brimfield. I forgot to mention that Brimfield was this huge antique and vintage market, and my sister and I only saw a small portion of it because we kept filling up our hands and running back to the car, and we just ran out of time. My friend met up with her sister-in-law, and they managed to see the whole thing, but they're pros at Brimfield, so they know the scoop on all of it. My sister and I were just kind of enamored, and our jaw kept dropping, especially when I would see a piece like this. I've never seen, I love silver, but I've never seen a silver cake stand. Now, I don't make many cakes, but I'm gonna find some use for this. It's so pretty. It is missing this, there would have been a bottom on this, and it's a little topsy, just a little bit, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do there. The patina on it though, look here. Oh my, look underneath. So pretty. Look at the top. Loving this, and I just to look at it. Like even if I don't really use it for anything other than to just set it on my coffee table, I'd be happy with that. Now the price says $40. I talked them down to $30, and I was very happy to find something that I've never seen before for $30. This beautiful silver piece, I'm sorry to say, I don't remember at all. It was a bit of a frenzy. I was on a roll with silver. I was just finding all sorts of silver things. I don't remember what I paid for this. I'm sure that it's not the real deal. It's probably silver plate. The word's not coming to my mind. You can let me know down in the comments, what is it called when it's the real deal of silver? I know that there's a better name than real deal, but it's not coming to my mind. It's still beautiful nonetheless. So it comes with this little tray that's indented for the gravy boat to sit in, just like that. Love the handle on this. Take a look at this. Isn't that so pretty? Now, I want to add some silver pieces to my bathroom. When I get around to making over the bathroom, I want to incorporate some really pretty silver in there. I think it would be very lovely. And I want to use this for storage. Like, I don't make gravy. But I can use this for other things in the bathroom. If you have an idea of some things that I could store in this adorable little, look at this. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a work of art without the plate. I mean, look here. Look at that. It's just so pretty. And with the plate, yeah, really pretty. Speaking of the master bathroom and changing things out, I usually have a little cup that I can have a little sip of water in the middle of the night or something. I keep it in my bathroom. It's a little mason jar. But like I said, I'm moving to silver, and I found this adorable child's cup. This probably was a gift when a baby was born, or maybe for a first birthday. I'm sure something like that. Now, I only paid a couple dollars. It was under $5. Again, there wasn't a price tag. It was in the middle of my silver frenzy, and I don't remember, but it was not expensive, and I'm sure that it was under $5. The first piece that I found, was that the first piece? No, the mailbox. Yeah. One of the first pieces I found was this ironstone pitcher. It's beautiful. I love the shape. Oh, it's heavy. I can't hold that with one hand very long, but it's really beautiful. Look how wide the bowl part of it is. It's super wide. It does have a stamp on the bottom, not Johnson Brothers. I'll try to read that. It's a little bit of a blurred stamp, and this beautiful fluted edge. Look here, the handle. Look at that, it's so pretty. I mean, can you have too many gallon-sized ironstone pitchers in your house? I can't. I came back with gifts. This is for one of my daughters. She is loving the little mini cabinets that are everywhere. And this is small. It looks like a child's toy, like a little girl could play with a hutch. I mean, it's just so cute. I think it's handmade, probably from the 80s, back when all the crafts were being made from pine. But I found this piece for her because she likes to make them over. I don't know what she's gonna do with it. And she doesn't know about it yet, but when she sees it, she's gonna flip. Look at this thing. Whew! This is a workout. It's really heavy. She's gonna have so much fun making this over. Another one of my daughters loves doing needlepoint. There's quite a resurgence of needlepoint out amongst some of the younger women right now. I think it's amazing and fantastic. Well, I saw this little footstool. Look here, this little wood footstool needs to be cleaned up. This beautiful needlepoint on the top. This is real needlepoint. Look here. So pretty. Someone spent a lot of time and effort. Now, I really even like that there's a little bit of damage right here. Some of the stitches are missing. It's hard to say what happened. Maybe somebody really used it as a footstool and it just wore away right there. Well, I just think that's great. I just think that's great. There it is on the bottom. She's gonna love this. This is a pair of furniture legs. Look here at this. They're taped together. That's what this is. Oh, this camera lens. So yeah, this is a pair of furniture legs. I just had to interject because I'm getting ready to clean these pieces up that I thought were legs, but it was kind of odd that they were flat on this side. So what I realized is, see that hole there? And it goes all the way through here. This, whoops, was a washstand harp. So one would have been on this side, and then the opposite one would have been on the other side. A towel bar would have gone through here to the other one, and that would have been the washstand harp. I can't believe I didn't spot that. Anyway, it's gonna make attaching these to the wall very easy because of that flat shape. So I'll try to put a picture in here of what I wind up doing if I get it done before this video goes live. I'm gonna try. And I kind of know that because of this screw on the top. Love this detail around here, super pretty, a pair of them. I got them for $10 for the pair, which is unbelievable, and have a really great idea. I can't wait to show you what I'm gonna do with these, not really corbels, but they're gonna turn into corbels. And speaking of corbels, I do have these real ones here, and let me check my list to see what I paid for these. Hang tight. They were $20. Completely forgot. Thank goodness the day I got home, I wrote down the prices of everything that I could remember. Anyway, look here at these corbels. They have this really unique color. Not sure I like the color, but that's okay. I can work with it because look at the shape on these. And I got a pair. The unfortunate thing is, whoops, this one is broken, but we were able to dig around in the box and find the piece. Where does it go? It's gonna go up in here somewhere. Anyway, I'll figure it out compared to the other one. I'm just gonna glue it and do a quick little repair. And these are gonna go in my house somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Before I go on to my favorite find of the day, let me share with you a little gift that my friend gave me while we stayed at her house. She only lives a little ways from Brimfield, and she invited us to stay with her while we went over to Brimfield to do our shopping. And she was a vintage and antiques dealer in her local area, as well as a blogger. Now, I will put a link to her blog. You can go over there, see all sorts of projects, and learn all about some antiques and vintage pieces. She generously gave me some French linens that she came across. I was so shocked that she was willing to share these with me. I don't know how she found them, but she did. If only I had that kind of magic. This one is embroidered with some initials. That's so cool. Love this red stripe. And then this one is even cooler if it's possible. It is, let's see, how can I show you this? It is a full circle. If you notice, let me see how I can show you this. It is the kind that would have been on a roller and you would just pull it down. Well, you remember those. I don't know if you do or not. If I can remember the name of that kind of towel dispenser, I'll put it here in the comments. But it is stitched together in one big circle. You can see here the seam where it's stitched together. And it just goes in one big circle around. I'm gonna try to find a picture of what this sort of towel dispenser or holder would have looked like. And here is the deal of the day. Now, we were walking along and I saw this mailbox sitting, oh, it's heavy, sitting down on the ground. As I was sitting there eyeballing it and looking at this beautiful detail on the top, the vendor came over and said, yeah, that's a really old antique mailbox, but I'm selling it for cheap because the lock is broken. Well, let me show you the lock. The lock is back here and it doesn't have a key to it. It doesn't look like that lock was put on, like that's an antique. I feel like it was added later or something. I'm not really sure. If you know about this, please let me know. He said, well, look here at this detail. Isn't this so cute? And then the door on the back, boy, this thing's heavy. You would have unlocked it and that's where you would get your mail. It would have been on a stand. The stand was missing. And then this here, look at this detail on the top. This is the thing that caught my eye right here. So I said to him, he said, yeah, it's $10. And I said to him, well, I've got to mess with that lock and get that figured out. So I'll give you $5 if you're willing to take it. And he said, yes. So I walked away with this gorgeous cast aluminum mailbox. I'm going to be making this over, but I will not be getting rid of the original patina. I will do easy things like, see, this is peeling a little bit. I'm going to glue that down and I'm going to figure out some new idea for a base, because even though my mail carrier will not use a mailbox like this, we're out in the country and we don't have mailboxes on the house, I still want to display this out on my front porch. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel because I will be giving some of these items a makeover. On the way home, my sister and I also decided to stop at as many thrift stores as we could cram into one day. Let me show you the items that I found there. The first piece was at probably the biggest Goodwill I've ever seen in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I found this gorgeous thrifted, well, of course it's thrifted, footed tray. I love these little trays. This one's kind of small, and I love the look of this, all the patina. Look here at this beautiful patina. And then this is my favorite part right here. Look at that. And it's a small tray. It's just a little bit bigger than my hand, not the standard size tray that we usually see. I also found some silver dinner knives that have a stainless steel blade. Now this is kind of important. I have lots of these silver knives, but sadly, the metal that they would have used here rusts a lot. And the knives that I have, I can't use. So I've been on the hunt for ones with a stainless steel blade, and that's this. Look at this pretty pattern. Okay, there it is. Look at that pretty knife. I'm gonna start using these, and I have a set of 10. I bought them for $1 each, and I'm really happy with this purchase. Oops, I forgot to say the footed tray was $4. I'm always looking out for platters at the Goodwill. You can find these ironstone platters, which is crazy that you can find them at Goodwill. This one was $3.19. That's kind of an odd price tag. The aging on it is perfect. I love that look. And the stamp on it is J.G. Meekin. For $3, that is gonna go on the wall somewhere. Here's what I found next. Look at this pair of frames. Now, I can't hold both of them for long, and will tell you, this print I really like a lot. I don't like the color of this frame. It's a little 90s, but I can change that easily. I like this print, but I don't like this one. So I think I'm gonna change them both. These are gonna go up somewhere in my house after I do a makeover. Let me tell you what I got them for. They're kind of heavy to hold. Anyway, they were originally at TJ Maxx for $24.99, and I paid at Goodwill $3.19. This is the next piece that I found. It's this gorgeous cotton and linen duvet cover. It came with the insert. Let me show you that. Where's that at? It's right here. I've already laundered it. It's on my bed. Here is the insert. Here is the duvet cover. It's this beautiful blue. It is a king size, and I did get it for $35. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because some of these items are going to be in my next makeovers video. Make sure you tell me down in the comments your favorite piece that you saw today. Thanks so much, my friend. I'll see you next time.